Let's see. All right, so everybody, thank you for joining the webinar today. This is this month's webinar for March. We might have another one later on in the month. I'm not sure, but we're definitely gunning for one a month. I usually try to go live in the group at least once a week, just off for random one-off things. But since apparently Facebook thinks I'm a meanie, I got blocked from going live and some other stuff for 30 days. So I can't go live in the group. It's kind of weird. They gave me all those weird restrictions, but they didn't restrict me from commenting or anything like that, which is kind of odd. But anyway, so today I'm going to take you through like the basics of starting an ad. I'm not going to take you through building a whole ad. I'm not going to show you my ad content. Obviously, that's not fair to my trainees that I work with that have paid for my training. But I'm going to take you through some of the basics of an ad. But the back half of this meeting, I'm going to take you through some follow-up. So I strongly encourage you to stay on the call until we go through that piece, because I am consistently and constantly getting messages from people that are saying like, hey, I'm getting these leads, but when I call them, they're saying that they didn't submit their info. They didn't do this or blah, 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 whatever, right? That's what happens when you take too long to call a lead. And I'm going to explain that to you. It's already explained in the training video, so it's funny, and I'm not going to call anybody out here, but that's what happens when you don't watch the videos in full before you start working the leads, right? Because all of this stuff is given to you on the training. But in all of my webinars that I do, I always talk about follow-up, and I tell you the same things. So I'm going to go through a few of those things here with you. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. Let me know if you can see it. Let's see here. There we go. Now, like I told you guys, I am restricted from Facebook advertising as well. I don't know why my comments on Facebook got me restricted from advertising, but hopefully it doesn't give me any problems here. If it does, I'm going to switch to one of my employees' accounts and use theirs, and we'll go from there. So let's see. Yeah, it's restricting me from using it. Okay, so let me go use one of my employees' things real quick. I'm gonna bring this over here. Guys, can you see this ads manager right here? Again, please let me know in the chat. All right. Patty Bailey, my Facebook business page was hacked. I can help you with that, Patty. Unfortunately, it's probably going to cause you to have to do a full rebuild. I won't charge you full price, but it's definitely going to take some time to fix. And I'll probably have to do quite a few hours of work with Facebook to get past it. But message me and we'll figure it out. We'll make it fair for you. All right, so guys, right now, when you're on like Facebook's main page, I'm gonna go back there. Okay. For those of you who have never done ads before, okay, when you're on Facebook, you already have an ads manager. Okay, you just don't know it. You're gonna go to facebook.com/ads manager, or you can scroll when you're on your main page. Let me go back to the main page here. Or when you're on your main page, keep in mind, this isn't my Facebook. I'm using just a dummy account that we have here. On the side here, somewhere, either up here at the bottom, you're going to see Ads Manager. You can just click that and it takes you directly into your Ads Manager. Okay. So once you're in here, and if you're a trainee, then you've already got these videos to show you this. But for those of you who are not trainees, I'm going to take you through it. The first thing you're going to do with the types of ads I do is you're going to hit create ad. Or create right here. Okay. This again, guys, this is the basic of the basic stuff to get you started. And if you want to build ads on your own without signing up for my training, that's totally fine. You can do that. But if you want, the ads that work, my stuff that's converting at a high rate, you want the in-depth verbiage, the in-depth targeting, things like that. Some of that stuff I'm going to talk about today. You can message me and we'll talk about it. So once you hit that, you're going to get this pop-up. You always want to work on leads, right? You don't want to do engagements. You don't want to do awareness. People tend to focus too much on this bullshit with people liking their page, and like, here's the reality, guys. Like, I know all this crap they teach you at the brokerages and all this standard shit they put out there is like, oh yeah, you want people to like your page, you want them to see it, rah rah rah. But think about this: how long have you guys had Facebook? Most of you have had it many years, and I want some of you to comment in the chat box on this too. You've probably had Facebook for many years. Okay, how many pages have you liked over the time that you've been on Facebook? Probably countless, right? How many times have you liked a realtor page? Or well, you know what? Since you're realtors, I won't use that example. How many times have you liked a lender's page or a car dealership's page or some page like that? Think about that, right? And how many times have you ever thought to yourself during the day or during a random day when you needed something that related to those things? You know what? I'm going to go check out William Hegman, the car salesman's page on Facebook. Let me see what kind of content he has on there. Never, almost never. If any of you actually do that, you're a freak of nature. I'm sorry. It's just fact, right? It's not something that we think about, right? It's not something that we do. Nobody. So I hate to say it like this, but it's the truth. Nobody gives a shit about your page. I don't give a shit about other people's pages and companies that I work with. It's just the reality. It's the cold, hard truth, right? So don't focus and spend money on things like page likes and brand awareness and things like that, because nobody cares about William Hegman, the realtor. Another fact. They just don't care, right? Nobody cares about your personal branding unless you're a big giant corporation like Keller Williams. And even then, some people don't care. I've never once in my career been asked, hey, are you a Keller Williams agent, or are you a Remax agent, or are you with EXP? Oh, I don't want to work with you because you don't have one of those names behind you. Never once have I been asked that. Okay. So you always want to focus on lead generation. You want to get their contact information so that you can have an opportunity to continue to market and remarket yourself to these people and get deals done, right? So you choose leads. We hit continue here. Okay. There's 3 levels to each ad, right? We're going to name the ad. We're going to set our budget. I'm just going to name this test ad. Okay. Now, there are categories here because of the fair housing laws. We have to choose the housing category if it's a housing ad. So you have no choice. I'm going to warn you guys, and I'm going to keep warning you because a lot of agents continue to do this. Because of the housing category, there are things that you are limited to targeting on Facebook, and people go, well, if I just don't choose it, I can target everything. When you do that, Facebook will catch you, and they will close your account, and you will never be able to advertise again. Okay. I tell everybody that. I have certain trainees and people who continue to do it, and then they get locked up, and then you know what happens? They come to me and go, oh man, I got locked up because of this. It had to be your ads. No, dude. I'm looking at your account right now, and the error says that you were trying to circumvent the process. That's your fault, right? You tried to get by, you tried to buck the system, and you got caught, right? And they're going to catch you every single time. Okay. We're focusing on the United States. I have a lot of Canadian agents that I work with. So, you know, in that case, you choose Canada, whatever. Everything else here stays the same. Okay, don't change it. And we're going to hit next. Okay, I'm probably going to give you guys a little bit more information than I should on this because I charge my trainees for training, and I'm going to give away some of the stuff that they pay for. But obviously, guys, don't worry, I'm not going to give away everything. I'm trying to help people out here, the ones that can't afford to do this, that get them on at least the right road to doing this properly. But obviously I'm not going to, put the whole thing out there. All right. So when we're on this second page, okay, this is where we do our targeting and things like that. You want to choose instant forms. Some people prefer Messenger. I have had great success with both. Messenger ads are where people are going to just click on your ad. They're going to be able to message you directly in your message box. The reason why I don't like that is because once they hit the message box, I can talk to them. But if they choose not to give me their name, phone number, and email from there, I got nothing. I can't ever talk to them again unless I go back to the message box and message them. And once I get 500 or 600 messages in there over a month or so, it becomes unmanageable, right? So I want their name, email, and phone number. So I'm going to click instant forms. Okay. We're going to scroll down. I'm going to get rid of this. Pick whatever your business page is. This is one of my clients' business pages. So I'm just going to leave it default. Keep scrolling. I do recommend you run it at least $20 a day. Facebook prioritizes advertisers based on how much money they're spending on a day, week, month, quarterly, yearly basis. In your area, the average spend from an advertiser is $10 to $15 a day. Putting yourself at $20 a day prioritizes your ad in the algorithm, so it gets displayed to people at a much higher frequency than your competition. Okay, so that means you're going to get more leads, right? But there's a lot more to these ads than just this. It's the verbiage, it's the graphics, it's the way you structure the verbiage, identifying problems, offering a solution in there, right? Some people think you can just throw up an ad and say, hey, I'm a realtor, buy a house today, or what's your home worth, because that fucking matters to people apparently, and it doesn't, right? Or they put out squeeze pages where it's like, hey, I've got KV Core and they allow me to do these pages, and person clicks on my ad, I got 500 clicks, and 700 or 70 of them put their information in, and none of them are talking to me. Why? Because when you divert a person away from Facebook onto a website where they think they're going to be able to look at homes for free, and then after they click on their third or fourth link, it says, hey, if in order to continue viewing my website, you have to put your information in here. That's a forced lead, and immediately you've pissed that person off. They're only putting their information in there, if they even put the real info, so they can continue looking. And I can almost guarantee you, and guys, I want you to be honest and comment in the chat box. A lot of times that's where you get fuck off at fuckoff.com and 555-555, right? You get crap leads, right? So, excuse my language, guys. Obviously, I curse a lot, but it doesn't matter. I know what I'm doing. So, so the information on here is right. So again, you want to make sure you're not doing those things. Okay. Never set an end date on an ad. When you set an end date on an ad, when the ad ends, it kills the deal. It kills the ad. You have to rebuild the ad all over again. Always turn your ads on and off manually and set an ongoing daily budget, like I said above. Okay. Let's see here. Guys, give me 1 second. I've got a guy that just showed up here at my house. I need to tell somebody to go outside and deal with him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's what? Texas DPS. Guys, I'm going to pause this webinar for just a second. If you can give me 1 sec, I'll be right back. All right, so I just resumed recording. So again, don't do those things that we just talked about. Now, I'm not going to give away my targeting on here. Obviously, that wouldn't be fair. I've already got my trainees messaging me and being like, I hope you're not giving away all the stuff that we just paid for. And I'm not going to do that. But, you have to target 18 to 65. You have to target all genders. You can target multiple interests, things like that. But obviously, there's a secret sauce behind this and targeting the right ones. You can't just target everything, right? You're going to edit your location. You have to do a minimum of a 15-mile radius. You can choose a city or you can choose a zip code like 78664 would be Round Rock, and you can do a 15-mile radius around that, whatever your area is. Okay. When you're done doing all that, you're going to scroll down, leave placements the same. One thing that I do recommend doing is editing your placements and making sure that you're only targeting mobile and not desktop. Okay, a lot of your money would be wasted focusing on desktop placements when not a lot of people actually mess with that. So I was wrong when I said don't mess with this part. So change it to manual placements. Remove desktop from it. See, like it says devices all, and then you're going to click here. You can choose all mobile devices. Things like that. Okay. Then we're going to hit next. And this is where you build out the advertising piece. Okay. Now we've got the page built here. You can choose your Instagram account, whatever you want. This will double over to Instagram. Now, remember what I told you? I said, the graphic has a big thing to do with this, right? Sorry, I'm reading someone's question while I'm talking here, but I'll talk to you in just a second about that. People ask, well, everybody keeps saying video is the next best thing, and you should be focusing on video and blah, blah, blah. I can almost guarantee you everybody telling you to focus on video is probably somebody who's trying to sell you some shit that's related to video, right? That's 90% of the time. I guarantee you that's what that is. Okay. Here's why you don't want to focus on video. I don't want to divert a user away from the platform. You guys, how many of you guys watch videos on Facebook? You get on there, you start watching the reels, or you click on something and you watch a video, and then right underneath it, another video pops up that are based, the algorithm bases those things off of things that you like to watch on Facebook. So if you watch cat videos, you're going to get a bunch of cat bullshit videos. You're going to, if you watch fight videos, you're going to get a bunch of fight videos, things like that. If you do a video, a person clicks on your ad, they watch it for about 10 seconds, and then right underneath it, they go, oh, a cat video. And then they scroll and they scroll and they scroll. And then 15 minutes later, by the time they've realized what they're doing, they've gone down that rabbit hole and they back out to the news feed. The news feed's already refreshed, your ad's gone, and you've lost that user. Okay. You always want to do a single image. The single image needs to be bright. It needs to be vibrant. It needs to convey the message that you're trying to get across. It needs to catch attention. I can't tell you how many times I have trainees come to me and go, hey, I just saw the ads. Thanks for getting them done for me. But dude, I really don't like the photos. I really don't like the way they look. They don't fit my brand, blah, blah, blah. And, there's no nice way to say this. And guys, you guys that know me know I'm not a rude person. I don't try to come off rude on purpose at all. But there's a reason why you contacted me, right? And it's because the shit you're doing right now is not working, right? And if exactly what Garrick just said, if it worked, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be talking to me, right? And I get a lot of people, I want to put my face on the ad. I want to put my photo, I want to put my note, blah, 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 blah. No, the answer is no, right? My ads are set, they're tested, they work very, very well. And when you start trying to muddy the waters, that's when shit doesn't work. I just I get stuttering here because I can't tell you again how many times people will message me a week after the training is done and go, hey bro, your ads are not working, these leads, blah, 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 blah. And then I go look at them and I go, dude, you changed the photo on the ad. You changed the verbiage. You changed the targeting. Like, well, I know why it's not working because it's not my ad. And they go, oh, well, I didn't like I told you I didn't like the way that looked and I don't like the blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, then you should have built your own ad, right? Or you should have followed my advice and let it work and you wouldn't have wasted that money. Okay, so I will go ahead and show you guys an example of an image here that I would use. And some of you are probably going to look at it and go, man, that's some ugly ass shit, right? Like you might do that. Some of these are very old stuff, so I'm not worried about this stuff here. But some of you guys are going to look at this and go, wow, I'd never use that. But again, I don't care. What works. Okay. I'm trying to find one that I don't use anymore. So like extremely price reduced homes, I don't use that anymore. So I'll show you one of those. Like this is more of a mild one. I have some really, really bold ones. People look at this and go, I've had people go, man, that looks too cartoonish. There's blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing, guys. When people are scrolling through Facebook, 99% of them are going to be on their phone. I have to get their attention. When they're scrolling through Facebook, they're looking at posts, pictures, events, other ads from their friends, family, coworkers. I have to make sure that they catch my attention. Well, when you're scrolling through Facebook and you see this, the bright suns, the red, the gold, it catches your attention, right? That's all I need. Once I catch your attention, now I've got you. Now it's my job to draw you in with the verbiage. And I'll do things like in all caps, attention home buyers or attention home sellers or whatever. Now, and I'm targeting the right people because my targeting dives down deep and into people who are actively online searching for real estate or have been searching keywords related to buying or selling a home. Okay. Now, after that one line, I go, don't waste your time searching all over the internet looking for your new home, or don't waste your time driving all over the city looking for your new home. Why do I do that? Because I'm identifying a problem. I'm either identifying a problem for a person who's spent countless hours online or countless hours in the car with screaming kids on the weekend and their wife getting frustrated looking for property. And we've all done it. We've all been in the car. We've all driven around. Even though the shit doesn't work, almost guarantee you your wife wants to drive around and look at neighborhoods and see what they're about. and you have your kids with you 9 out of 10 times, and it gets frustrating. And so I'm identifying that problem. I'm reminding them of that problem. Now I'm giving them a solution. So the next line reads something like, I've put together a list of homes for you to view in your price range. I've put together a list of first-time home buyer information. I've put together a list of new construction properties, so on and so forth. Whatever the ad is about, that's what I'm putting into that blank spot, right? Okay, then I go, click learn more, and I'll send you that information right away. And then at the bottom, I go, can you afford to miss this opportunity? Now I'm making them feel like they're going to miss out on something, like it's going to cost them money, like they need to have what I've got. So I've got call to actions in here. I've got problems, I've got solutions, I've got sense of urgency, all of these things built into this ad that are trigger points for people that get them to submit their information to the ad. Right. That's why my ads work better than others. Now, and I see people. I've had a guy, that just the other day you saw him posting in the group. I used Williams ad and I was getting $12 a lead. That's crazy. That's I was getting 50 cents a lead on my ad. Okay, that's wonderful, right? You were getting 50 cents a lead on your ads, but why did you contact me? Because out of 500 leads, you closed 0, right? Now you're paying $12 a lead on mine. You generate 100 lead for $1,200, and if you follow my follow-up advice, I almost guarantee you will close 6 to 12%. So 6 to 12 out of those 100 will close. What's your ROI now on $1,200 in spend? If you close 6 deals at a $500,000 average, you guys do the math, right? Last year, I don't do buyers because I work on Social Agent all day, but last year, and I have a lot of people question me, guys, and they go, well, show the proof of your listings. I posted my MLS screenshot in there for you, right? I'm not gonna. You guys that know me, I've been doing this for 8 years. I'm not gonna post some shit in the group that's a lie, right? So 21 listings, 22 million in volume, $660,000 in GCI on $7,468 in ad spend. That's what I did last year. That was part-time, just testing ads. Do I personally sell all of those homes? Absolutely not. I take the ones that are 7 figures above and I work those on my own because that's a huge paycheck. Any of the other ones, I refer them out to people in my brokerage for a 50-50 split, but I am the one locking those listings down. So that's a conversion, and that would be a conversion for you. So those numbers count. Okay. Now, just today, I'm going to finish up this last piece and I'm going to talk to you guys about follow-up. But right now, before I move on any further past the text, I obviously didn't type the text in here, but I told you about it. Okay. If you want an in-depth, training on this, that's what I sell my training for. You can hit me up. You'll get my top 8 ads. I'll give you all that stuff. You'll be a trainee, just like the people that are posting review after review after review in the group. First and foremost, is there anybody in here that's new, that has never seen any of my training, has never worked with me before? Feel free to comment. Hey, Thomas, nice to meet you. I'm assuming you've been in the group. I'm assuming you've seen the reviews everywhere. Hey, Don, nice to meet you. Lisa. And I'll scroll back through this chat box and answer your questions as well. I know I've missed a few of them while I've been talking. Sergio Grant, nice to meet you. But that's what I do my training for. And then, of course, over time, I've developed a CRM because I got tired of my trainees complaining about all their CRMs. I don't heavily promote it to the masses because I really just built it for you guys to use, but it's starting to get pretty popular. And hey, Delisa, yeah, you did just sign up. Nice to meet you as well. All right. So, and again, with the call to action, you always want to put the learn more button. You don't want to use sign up. You don't want to use apply now, book now, download. None of that stuff. You don't want to feel like they're subscribing to something, because once you do that, they're going to feel sold and they're not going to click on your ad. Now, here's an important piece that I get from people. I'll get trainees that'll go, hey man, the ad's promising them a list of homes. There's promising them information. I want to send that information to them immediately. The second they click on that ad, I want that information sent to them. Can anybody on this webinar tell me why that's a bad idea? I'm going to wait a couple of seconds and see if somebody comments the right answer. I'll wait like 10 or 15 seconds. Why would it be a bad idea to send that person the information that they're looking for before you had a chance to talk to them. All right, I got 2 of the right answers. Nick, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? A lot of you are commenting, so. Yep. 1, because if you send that information to them right away, you just made it to where they don't need you now. You sent them the information they were looking for. Now they have no reason to answer the phone for you. Garrick said, because you need to establish an existing relationship. You need to establish a relationship. That is correct. You need to build rapport. If you can't get them on the phone, you can't build rapport. Nick Smith said it's not custom to what they want. Exactly. You can't send them a list of homes unless you know exactly what they want. What are you going to send them? Everything from 100 to 5 million? You have to know exactly what these people want. You can't send them first-time homebuyer information because you don't know what they qualify for, right? You got to get them on the phone with your lender and find that out. They need to be completely dependent upon you. That's the whole purpose of this, right? The more you work with them, the more they need you, the more they're going to respond to you. Okay, now, another thing is when a person submits their information, a lot of agents are not able to get to them right away. The drip campaign will send an email, send a text message, assuming you have the drip campaign that does everything that we need it to do. Okay. But if you don't, phrase this properly. If you don't follow up quickly within the first 5-10 minutes, a person, or especially within the first few hours, or you're waiting until the next day, like a lot of my trainees do, and then you call people. And I had 2 people message me today with the same thing. And I get the same question all the time. Hey, Will, I'm calling these leads. And a lot of them have said, they don't even know who I am. They didn't submit their info. Here's why. Because a lot of you call and you go, hey, Nick, this is William Hegman from Realty Solutions, blah, 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 blah. Right. And now it sounds like a pitch. And those people think immediately, telemarketer, I don't know who you are. I didn't submit my information to you. Buy. Right. You need to open that call up like this. And I put this on the training videos for you guys to follow this follow-up advice. And I can't for the life of me don't understand why it's not being followed, because it's very simple and it's very easy to do and it works. Here's how I would call. Hey, Nick, this is William Hegman. You submitted your information about selling your home on one of my ads on Facebook. How can I help you? Now I've put the ball back in their court immediately. I've let that person know you contacted me. What's up? What can I do for you? Hey, Nick, you submitted your information about getting a list of homes in your area on my ad on Facebook. How can I help you? Really quick. And then some people go, what if they don't answer the phone? I don't send a freaking paragraph text message of who I am and where I'm from. You want to know how I get those people to respond? I go, hey, is this Nick? That's all I text. And 9 out of 10 times they're going to respond. Yeah, who's this? Hey, this is William. I don't even say where I'm from. Hey, this is William. You submitted your information to me on Facebook asking for a list of homes for sale in the area. I'm working on that for you right now. Can I get a little bit of information from you real quick so I can send it over? And almost every time they're going to respond, sure, what's up? What do you need? I'll try to continue that conversation on text if they won't call, but I'll ask them, hey, is it okay if I call you for a couple minutes so I can get this information real quick? A very high percentage of them say, yes, you can call me right now. Some of them say, no, I'm at work, but they'll continue the conversation on text. Either way, I've started building rapport with this person. Now they know who I am. Now I get to put an email in their inbox that they're going to open up. Now I get to resend them emails that they're going to open up because they're going to see my name over and over again. Now I've got a higher percentage of closing this deal, right? I have a lot of people over the years say that same thing that those 2 people said today. These leads they must be inputting the wrong information. No, you're approaching them wrong. Why are you approaching them wrong? Because you didn't watch my videos that you paid for. And again, guys, I know that sounds rude. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's just cold, hard truth. I'm not in this business to be, I want to be your friend. I want to be everything, you guys, I want to be happy-go-lucky with you, but I'm in this business to see you succeed. If I have to be extremely fucking blunt with you to see you succeed, that's exactly what I'm going to do, right? I'd rather you dislike me a little bit and make 200K than love me and make 0. Okay. You have to follow up on these people. There were a few other talking points I wanted to go over with you. I'm going to pull up this thing I emailed myself. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget any of this stuff. So that's why I emailed it to myself. So give me a second. I'll go over this, then I'll start answering some questions for you. Okay. Let's see. So we talked about, leads that don't answer and how to approach them. We talked about leads that answer and how to approach them. Actually, we talked about everything. So I did cover everything I wanted to go over with you. So I'm going to answer some questions here before we cut this off. There's a lot of commentary in here, so let me look through this real quick. Let's see. Yeah, Lisa, Garrick already answered your question, but you can't run ads from a personal page. A lot of people, for some reason, think they can run ads from their personal page, and you can't. You have to have a business page to run ads on Facebook. Now, running ads is completely different from posting in the marketplace, which Facebook is also getting away from letting realtors do that. Let's see. Lisa, you had asked, I can't get past your megapixel is not active. The pixel, guys, just for an FYI, I think I covered this a second ago, but you cannot use the pixel on Facebook ads for real estate because Facebook does not allow you to retarget special category ads, and housing is a special category. You can't retarget those people on Facebook, so it's pointless for you to even try it. Let's see, Conrad, thank you for that information you put in here. Let's see, Brandy. Yes, we do. Thank you for signing up. I look forward to working with you too, Brandy. I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Fossil or Faisal? Faisal? I think it's Fossil. I'm terrible with this shit, so sorry. Thank you, Joelle. CRM is pretty good, but of course I'm biased there, but my CRM is fucking awesome. Let's see. I'm just looking for your questions here. They no longer, yeah, there's that. You guys are answering my questions. All right, so Eric Looney said, I'm holding an open house for a new build this weekend. Do you have an ad that draws traffic? Yeah, Eric, I do custom ads for that. After training, any of my new ads that come out, you guys get that for free, obviously, but any custom ads that you want me to do like that, if you want me to put them together for you, I charge for that. So just message me and I'll give you the information. Otherwise, I can just tell you how to do it. You can try putting it together on your own as well. That's the whole goal of training, is for you to learn how to do it. Ronnie Barras said, how do you avoid Facebook jail and how do you break out of it? So guys, unfortunately, I'm going to show you something. Sometimes there's no way to avoid it. Okay. Now, it's kind of shitty because this just happened to me. This is my daughter's account. I took it over because obviously she doesn't use Facebook ads, but I took it because I would have another one. I've been working on this for 6 or 7 years. All of a sudden, Facebook comes to me and goes, hey, we disabled your account because you violated our policy. I have been running the same ads on this account for 6, 7 years. 5, 6, 7 years. I can't remember how long I've had it, but years. And they restricted it once about a year ago, and I did a request to review. They allow you to request a review one time, and they came back and said, oh, our bad. You're right. We screwed up. They released it. 6 months later, which was a couple weeks ago, they came back and said, hey, we deactivated your account because you're not following policy. Your ads violate our terms of blah, blah, blah. They're the same exact ads. They're housing category ads. They do follow policy. I even had their Facebook marketing person look at it and he goes, yeah, dude, nothing here violates. I'm like, well, then why can't you guys release it? And he said, well, our fraud prevention team is separate from our team, and Facebook doesn't even allow us to talk to them. If they tell you your disablement is permanent, you're screwed. So they screw me. Luckily, I'm able to get access to other ads managers, and I don't have to just work on that one. But that particular ads manager is dead. Look at all these ads. All of these ads I've done over the years, all gone. I have to rebuild them. So unfortunately, Ronnie, it's nature of the beast. It happens. But at a very high rate, I can get you out of jail. I can probably help you out with that. This one just happened to be a different type of disablement, so I kind of got screwed there. Deborah said, hey, William, are you doing any new content for SAU on Lifetime? Yeah, I'm putting together a few things for SAU, but honestly, Deborah, SAU was put together when I got sick in 2020 and was only meant to be, available for the year that I was out. And then, that year turned into 3. And since then I've lost team members and we didn't expect me to get sick again year after year. But now that I've moved back to personal training, I'm I'm heavily focused on personal training. You still have the content that you paid for originally for SAU, but new content I'm unable to do until I'm able to bring on a content creation team, since I'm so busy working with training. But that said, you can sign up for the, my personal training ads don't get added to SAU anyway. So if you want those, you're gonna want to sign up for ours anyway. Um, Crystal or Christelle, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Novella, she said, if you have an admin managing the system, is it best to change your phone number in the broker's profile to that? I think that's really personal preference, honestly. It depends on who you want getting the phone calls. Joelle said, as you know, because you had to do them over for me, they weren't working for 5 weeks, but Facebook is charging me. Well, they weren't working because, let's be honest, you edited the ads, you messed with stuff, and they ran, and you didn't get your leads. The leads are there, you just didn't get them in your CRM. So that's a whole nother story there. Let's see. All right. Will, can I set up a call with you? Yeah, Patty, just message me on my Facebook. Remember, guys, do not message me on the William Hegman profile. That profile is dead. I lost access to it. Unfortunately, that's another thing that Facebook has an issue with, is once you lose access to an account, they don't give a shit. They don't give you any kind of workaround to get back into your account. They even told me straight up, just build a new account, dude. So I'm under Will Hegman. It's the Will Hegman account. If you're in the social agent group, you'll find that profile in there. Sometimes if you search for Will Hegman, my old posts from the William Hegman account will pop up. Just don't message that one. Message the Will Hegman one. All right, guys. So I covered everything, but I know you guys have some more questions. So I'm going to give you a minute or so to comment in here and ask me anything you need to ask me. I know there's a lot of you new folks in here, so ask those questions now, please. Bueller? Anyone? All right, let's see. All right, guys. Well, if nobody has any other questions, I'm going to assume you got everything you needed from, the basic ad overview. Okay, there's a couple questions coming in, and the follow-up piece. I think the follow-up piece of this webinar was probably the far more the most valuable information that you're going to have. And I assure you, if you're following that information, then you're going to be successful. Okay, now, just for the sake of making sure you guys have the right link for my profile, Don and Daniel are asking questions about training. This is the link to my personal profile. You can click that, friend me on that profile, and then message me. I handle everything personally. You're not talking to an employee. You're talking directly with me. Anytime somebody trains with me, I say really bad stuff in my message box, so I would never give anybody in my company access to that. So I'm just kidding, but not really. So yeah, Don, message me there and I'll get you info on the training. Daniel, once we train with you, is there a lifetime? Yes. My training, my option 1 training comes with lifetime support and lifetime refreshes, which means in the past, when you signed up with me, you only got lifetime support. If anytime Facebook changed anything, if it deleted all your ads, if you screwed up your ads, deleted everything, you would have to pay a refresh fee to get that redone, obviously, because it costs me time and I have to rework everything. Now my packages come with lifetime refreshes, so you don't have to pay for those things. Now, if you want, after you train and we get those initial ads set up, if you want, like Eric asked earlier, if you want me to build a new ad for you, a custom ad, I do charge for those because I have to build the graphics, I have to write the verbiage, all that stuff. But that's a smaller fee than training. It's just a one-time one ad fee. Lisa, she said, Lisa Marinello, I think I'm saying that right. I dislike social media, but but here we are. It's a necessary evil, right? I say I dislike social media all the time, but I make 95% of my income on social media. So, what am I going to do? Sergio, feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook and I'll send you all the info, pricing, all that stuff. And guys, the refresh training, refreshes are just for old trainees. The option 1 is my new training price, but it explains all that stuff in the info I send you. Deborah, I don't believe you signed up for my newest stuff. So message me on Facebook. I'll send you the pricing. But once you do sign up for the refresh with lifetime refreshes after that, then you never have to pay for refreshes again. After that. All right. Anybody else have any questions? I'm going to wait until 2:44 and then I'll probably cut this off. We're running a little bit long here. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. If you have any other questions for me, please feel free to message me on Facebook, comment in the group, whatever you want, and I'd be happy to help. Patty, I look forward to speaking with you. Lisa, Daniel, Don, Sergio, feel free to message me on Facebook now and friend me, and I'll take care of you. You guys are very welcome. We'll set up another webinar soon. I'll figure out what the topic's going to be, and I will email you guys and post it in the group. Have a great day, and it was a pleasure working with you guys today.